Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance. And this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous. And there is audio attached with it. And here's his story. He sent me this through Facebook. So I'm just going to try to get the pertinent stuff of his story and then get into the audio. Okay, the video is most important audio from a recent confrontation with the primary narcissist in my life. The description of the video says it best. There are visual aids included. There are bits of humor from my personal life because I wanted people in life familiar to these bits to actually watch this. Nothing about bits is bad here in the U.S. Please, sir. There are a couple of messages to particular friends. One who looks to me just like Joaquin Phoenix. Okay, wait a minute. All right. The audio is key. I have faith you and your viewers will understand. You could also just watch this for your own purposes. I will tell you some of my background before I go. I was raised by two covert narcissists. I have a younger brother and sister. Viewers may already know they are hearing the voice of the black sheep. The family worked tirelessly to gaslight me. Lies, gossip, letters to family, friends, psychologists, to a prosecuting attorney when I was falsely charged with disorderly conduct, which outlined my planned defense, and so on. They tried to make me think I was crazy. They still do. The classics, I guess, now that I'm becoming aware. They continue to deny mostly everything. It's difficult for them for the same reason I became the black sheep. I demonstrate high intelligence and I'm generally a good person. This helps me not to stutter so much, which is a tell, I gather, of their real self trying to breathe. I have faith, you know what I mean. I moved through school to PhD as a creative writer. Yes, they are giving PhDs and everything now. I dropped out. This is why. I was falsely accused of sexual harassment and assault. The woman who accused me was likely borderline. I had identified her in the second week of school. Strange how you just know if you've had to go through the black sheep tool and dying. A Title IX court, which is a kangaroo court, said finally I did an assaulter. Wow. So if you were found not guilty by a Title IX court, then you really didn't. Because I was starting to be like, uh-oh. But if you're telling me you were found not guilty in a Title IX court, which finds everybody guilty, then you really didn't do it. But they are under pressure to come away with something, so they said I sexually harassed her. I expected to get kicked out of school immediately. The school did not kick me out. They wanted me to continue in my program. I refused on principle. This is only to explain that which isn't already self-explanatory in the video. Ask me any questions you want for clarification. Otherwise, respect to the moral fighters and the born investigators, to the analytical types, to the good Scorpios. And on to the video. So that is the background.
Since Gail and I have gotten married, everything's changed.
You haven't done a will since you married Gail?
No. So I've got one authored, haven't put the pen to it, but I want to talk to you before I do because it's going to affect you. So the deal is, I have assets, Gail has assets, and we have joint assets. Gail, if she were to pass away, her assets go to her children, and my assets go to my children. The joint assets go to who's ever living until they pass, and then they're split between the children of both partners. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
So the house over on Sturgeon Creek, that's a joint asset between the two of us. It'll get sold off and split up between the Crackiola family and the survivors of the Crackiolas over there, and the ones here. You guys.
I get it. I understand. That was wrong.
Okay.
Poorly phrased.
Yeah, I'm not good at this. But the stuff that affects you that I wanted to talk to you about today is, I'm concerned that you're ill and that you're not going to be able to take care of yourself. And that when I go, it'll be the state that will step in. Right? All right, I'm going to keep talking because apparently you don't want to give me any sign that you understand.
What am I supposed to say?
Just yes, you heard me.
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay. The state.
All right. So right off the bat, I don't know what your mental state may or may not actually be, and I don't want to ascertain that 2 minutes into a audio. But what disturbs me right off the bat about what I am assuming is your father's doing is he's trying to get, like, you're listening to what he's saying, and it's just like, well, I already feel like I'm talking to a brick wall. Like, he's already trying to put you into a box and trying to get you to already admit, yes, 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 yes. They always want the admission.
If they take
You know that I think you're not well.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go there because this is me and my way, and so I get to explore. And I know this isn't easy to hear, and I wish I could find a better way to deliver this, but there is none, so figured might as well get into it. The deal is basically the state will come in and they'll take everything you got. They'll clear out all your accounts, and then they'll take care of you, which means they'll provide you with all of the things that you need, health care and a place to live. And you will not be living like a king, but they're going to take every asset you've got and say, well, that's parity for taking care of you, right? And so, if I were to give you, when I die, if you were to take over the money from my account, first of all, the state very likely is going to get most of it. So it won't do you any damn good. There is a way I can protect you from that. And the way is I essentially set up a trust. And then the state can't touch trusts, but the money can't be used for health care or for rent. It has to be used only for incidentals is what they call it. So you could go buy a car with it, but you couldn't pay gas with it. You couldn't do insurance with it, but you could.
With trust fund money,
Right.
you can't pay rent.
Right.
You sure about that?
Positive.
Okay.
So I've talked to a lawyer about this and all the details.
Listen, that sounds insane. You can't pay your rent with trust? What? Wait, what? What? Like, you would think that's something that could be... Like, I gotta Google that on the spot. Can you pay rent with... What can be paid for with trust funds? Like, I've never even... What can be for the most important trustees asked regarding specific sorts? Let's say a beneficiary's transport vehicle needs a repair to its accessible ramp. The cost can be paid with trust funds if it's not covered through government assistance, if this type of expense is allowed. Oh, well, that's only if the government's already involved. See, what it sounds like is it's not just a trust fund. Your father's still going to try to hang you under some type of government control. And I guess when you're under some type of government control or getting some type of government assistance, I don't know why you would need it if you're talking about assets the way you're talking about it. Like, you really need to get into this, because this looks like it only applies to trust funds that are attached to government assistance. So why are you attached to government assistance? See, they only give you half the story.
And, the only thing is I hate like hell to do this. So, because it'll affect you, it'll affect Zach and Abby, and I really would rather not. But I also can't check out and know that, shit going the normal way, it will not be good. So, first of all, you're in control of this, in large part. If you can get treatment, if you can get better and get to the point where you can hold a job and be stable, I won't set this up. I will rip it up and we'll just go to a normal situation. Because in that situation, you'll go on your merry way and the state can't get to the money. Okay?
Why would the state be involved? Why would the state be involved? And if there are other family members involved, see, here's the thing. You got brothers, you got sisters, you got siblings, and automatically your father's attaching it to the state. Why? Like I said, I don't know if you may have mental issues that I don't know about. I don't know. You may need help. I don't know. You may need assistance. I don't know. But why does it go right to the government when you have other family members? This is about this seems like it's about control.
So this is something that isn't set up yet. I haven't signed it.
It's a threat.
You're going to set up a trust fund, you're thinking.
Yeah.
For who?
For you.
And no one else.
And no one else.
And that's going to put restrictions on my inheritance from you if I receive it. I don't die before you.
Well, if you die before me, it won't matter, right? What my trust and all that shit won't matter to you. You'll be dead. So, yeah, we don't have to think about that. The likelihood, though, Gabe, is that I'm going to go first, and I may go soon because it's in Gail's family. Gail's, thinking about going over there, staying, and if she gets sick and goes to the hospital, but don't worry about that. Let's talk about the trust. I'm just letting you know I'm going to go do this.
It's your stuff. You do what you want with it. All of it is your...
Good attitude, because once again, here we are in another situation where somebody's being controlled through money and with a will. Obviously, his name's on the tape, but he didn't want it used. Obviously, Anonymous comes from a family with enormous wealth. Yet, he didn't have the money. He didn't have money to this video's on a partial sponsorship. And he's not the first one like that. I tell you, people, over and over and over again, fuck these wills. Fuck your trust. Fuck your will. You're not getting it. You're not gonna get it. Now, in your case, if you're not working and you've had these mental like, you have to get that straightened out. Okay? Otherwise, you are a slave. You are going to be a slave to these tactics.
All your stuff is yours. I have very little. I can do what I want with my stuff. We're talking about a future where I can't do what I want with my stuff. I don't like that.
I don't expect you to. And I'm not, I don't.
Now you know I don't.
Sorry,
I said, now you know I don't.
you don't what?
Like it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I know. I understand.
I knew this was going to happen. I should have written it down. We had an argument this morning. Now you're here trying to shoehorn me into mental health care.
No, Gabe, I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
What I am doing is telling you that I'm the one who's responsible for figuring out how do I split my stuff up when I'm dead, which may come way sooner now than I want. How do I make sure that my assets get
May not.
shared the way they should be shared?
I know, I understand it's a will.
Yeah.
Okay, I get wills. I understand wills. You have to explain wills.
Okay.
Okay, I understand you're concerned about your health right now, and so am I. And right now, the face of you coming over, on the face of the fact of you coming over with coffee, it's a little risky, you know what I mean? And I've been trying to explain to you that perhaps you shouldn't be coming over so frequently in the middle of the pandemic.
Okay. Okay, as long as you're not letting strangers in the house,
Of course not.
then being here is no different than being at Sturgeon Creek.
It's not true, because you have to get from here to there, and anything can happen. So,
Okay, that's true, but I'm assuming that kind of thing doesn't happen.
oh, well,
Airborne transmission through cars.
okay, so why are these United States being put in lockdown?
Because people won't stop commuting.
Because things happen. It's so serious that it's a statewide lockdown in the U.S. in certain states.
Okay.
I don't usually go to populist rationale for my own rationale, but with the pandemic situation, it just looks to me like getting in a car, driving across, driving however many city blocks, 20 city blocks, to say hi in a pandemic. Oh.
Right. Well, you know what? You called me today for the first time in I don't know how long. And if you would do that more often, I wouldn't come over. I would feel a lot better about you and about what's going on here. And I'd be willing to decrease the number of trips. But the other way to look,
What? Decrease? Like, this guy, what's going on? What rationale is he using that he has to keep coming over to your place? And you gotta call me. What is he? Does he need a hobby? The more I listen to it, the more it sounds like it's about control. Again, that's without knowing what your mental issues might be.
Sure about that?
yeah.
Because I think, what?
The other way I look at this, though, is you're not a risk to me at all. And I don't think I'm a risk to you at all.
Groceries come in, okay? They can be contaminated.
That's true. And they come into my house.
Yes, but you traveling and, coming into a house with more groceries than you would probably have been facing in another situation, it increases the danger.
Tiny risks now. Because otherwise, we're all dead. We're all going to get this.
40 to 60% is the projection.
Yeah, but that assumes.
It's global. So you're looking at third world countries. You're getting swaths of people there getting it. Fine. but 40 to 60%, not entirely meaningless.
No.
I think.
You know, if we were letting dirt come over to the house, there'd be no question, you'd be right. But we aren't. And
Groceries, basically, and aerosol.
the other thing I wanted to tell you
Accidents,
that you're
yeah.
my son, and I need to see you. That's my life. And I don't want to risk you getting sick, because that would be impossible to bear.
This sounds like he almost has some sort of Munchausen's. This guy's lonely. Again, this is without me knowing what your mental issues may or may not be, but this is a guy who just wants to control you.
But this is my life, too. And so, to some extent, I need to have contact with you.
Or I'm going to cut you out of the will and throw you over to state authorities. What a sociopath.
So I'm not in a position to say, to tell you anything about what to do with your stuff. That most important. So as far as talking about the wheel.
Right.
So,
Next time, take the phone out of your pocket. It is really hard.
And trust funds, they're not things that are easily undone. Right? Famously. That's one of the reasons why it's called a trust fund. It's this permanent quality to the thing.
Well, no, yes and no. So, once a trust fund's set up,
Yeah?
then you can't just empty the account and say,
No, the nature, the rules of the trust
There'll
can't
be
easily be
rules.
changed. I'm
And
talking about the
rules.
rules of the trust, not the material in the trust. I'm talking about changing the trust itself. That's not easily done. If at all, it could be possible.
it is possible you just hire a lawyer and I'd have to sign off on it. But I could rewrite my entire will and that would destroy the trust and everything else.
Okay, let me guess. You talked to Zach and Abby about this first.
Yeah, I did. Why?
Oh, well, anything else you want to tell me that I need to know that you told them that applies to me? And me more than them?
Well, I can't go down this road without them knowing.
No, I'm asking you a question. Is there anything else you need to tell me that applies to me more than them that you've told them first? And still yet I need to know.
That's a really hard to understand question, but I think...
No, it's not. You've got cognitive blocks because it's a hard thing for someone to explain. For you to explain this is probably hard. Is there anything else that you need to tell me that applies to me, and it's about me,
Right.
not Zach and Abby so much, that you've told them about?
No, I had to ask.
You've told them, yes, it's a yes, you've told them about it.
No, okay, so let me be clear.
Yeah.
I've had to talk to them about this
Yeah.
because they are directly
Oh,
involved.
yes. Well, they're directly involved, but not as directly as me.
No,
Apparently,
they are directly involved because...
no. It's not their inheritance that's being manipulated in this hypothetical, right?
Right,
So?
right, but okay, so one, they're involved because they're part of this family and they will know when the will gets read. And I don't want them to
Listen to
be...
you. It has more to do with me than with them, and yet I am not told first.
Okay,
I'm asking you to expand beyond for a moment.
Okay, so, yes, I'm sorry. I could have talked to you first,
Because it's about me.
because it is about...
More so than Zach and Abby.
No, I couldn't, because and Abby to be the executors. And to be the executors means I have to have their permission to do this, or else the whole fucking thing won't work.
It's just talk at this point. You had to tell them first, huh? Nice rationale.
What?
Nice rationale.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, he's gonna, because he's trying to screw you over and get you under control. They're all in on it. And it should tell you neither one of your brother or your sister said don't do that to him. Why are you going to put him under state control? If there's all this money to go around, why would you be under state control? I don't get it.
Did it wrong. But
No, that's not what you think. Be honest, that's not what you think.
It is what I think.
You think you did it wrong then? Okay.
The way you think I'm thinking is wrong, but
What?
right.
You think you made the right decision sitting there, don't you?
Yes.
So
Because
why is this so convoluted? The answer is because you're acting sneakily. You're not?
No, Gabe, I'm trying to explain.
Yes. Here I am,
You know what?
Last to know. Last to know again.
You are last to know because I could not set this up without their agreement and permission.
Oh, so you've already done it.
No, but I'm sure not going to pay a lawyer $2,000 to go set this whole fucking thing up and then have them show up and say, no, we refuse.
That doesn't, that is immaterial when you haven't done it yet. You could have gone to me first and then Zach and Abby, talked about it in that order, and then gone to the lawyer and then paid the $2,000 and then set up the cut. Instead, it didn't work that way.
Okay.
Okay? Not okay.
I apologize, but I'm not asking your permission. I'm giving you information.
I've already outlined at the head. I am not asking for permission to influence your decision. I understand. I don't own what you own, and your stuff is your stuff, and my stuff is my stuff.
Okay. So,
Not okay. I knew this would happen. We had an argument. You got caught out on some sneaky, weird stuff with this personality test this morning.
so
And now you come in here with a pretty dramatic framing of a circumstance about you dying with your will. And here I am finding out. It's all behind my back. I'm the last to know. We had an argument, so you want to come here and destabilize
no,
me.
Gabe,
You're always the last to know when they're plotting against you. They're not going to bring you into the plot. They're not going to bring you into the plot.
this has nothing to do with this morning. Nothing.
So when did this happen? When did you talk to Zach and Abby? Let's ask that.
It's probably been, what, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, somewhere in back in there.
Why did you wait that long to come here?
Because I've been hoping you get better. I was hoping that you're going to change and find some cure and get a job and take off like you've
So you've
done
had Zach
before.
and Abby have this thought just hanging in their heads for 3 months for a good reason or bad?
I'm not. Is that a question?
Yes, it's a question.
What's the question?
So you've had this thought hanging in Zach and Abby's heads for 3 months for a good reason? You're saying?
Sure.
You've had them thinking about this for 3 months for good reason, right? It's defamatory.
I had to get them to approve of this.
No, you didn't, because it hasn't happened yet.
Oh, that's not.
Why would? It's his money. He could set up whatever trust he wants. What does he have to get them to? What? None of this makes any sense.
How these things work.
What do you mean? You have to do it first, don't you? You have to go to the lawyer, pay them money. The lawyer makes it happen.
Yeah, actually, I've gone to a lawyer and talked to them about how this works, and they've outlined for me the steps, and they've given me a document that I need to sign off on, but the thing is freaking complicated.
You are just dodging it again and again and again and again. You haven't done it yet, right?
And what's it?
Gone through with the trust.
No, I haven't.
So it's all talk at this point.
Yes.
We keep going around and around, and you accused me of circular argument through the years. This is an example
Projection.
of you using circular argumentation. Okay?
I know
You,
this is confusing to
it's
you.
not. I'm very clear on
No,
what's going on
dude, no,
right here.
yeah, like,
Went to
no, that's a good call out. No, that's a good, yeah, he's a covert narc. He's a total, your father's a total sociopath. He's a total sociopath. Again, you may have some kind of mental issues, I don't know, but this guy is a total sociopath.
to Zach and Abby. You're saying out of necessity. What if you had gone to me first? Let's play with your position is, if you went to me first, it wouldn't have worked. How?
Well, what would have served, other than you getting upset like you're upset now, before
I would have been aware that you're about to do this thing with your trust. Do you think it doesn't matter to me, or do you think like it's like hearing about the news, like, or the weather, the news when the news didn't matter?
No, I'm sure you're going to be upset no matter what.
So
So how about, why are you making life decisions about my life with my brother and sister, asshole? You're discussing my life decisions with other people like it doesn't affect me, you piece of shit. That's my problem.
Well, you're upset no matter what.
No, we're talking about a hypothetical. You're saying I'm upset no matter what.
Okay, so you're about to take a little tour of the house today because, for one, I saw a little letter Dad wrote about how I don't understand neatness. So you take a look. This is the kitchen. This is
All right. He sent me in a YouTube video that, I'm not putting on because there's just way too much personal stuff, phone numbers, and whatnot in there. So I guess now we're going on a tour of the house.
his doing. It's all his shit.
Hoarded out.
Two things out right there. Paint can opened is
House is a disaster.
all his shit.
Shit everywhere.
Around tells me
Hoard.
I don't understand neatness. Look at this spot. You know what that spot is? It's where I cleaned it, the carpet.
All right, yeah. Your father is nothing but projection. Okay. Construction, unfinished construction, holes in the walls, tables, exercise equipment all over the living room. Okay. And now he wants to come over to your fucking stay out, you slob. I need to be a part of your life. Why? So you can fucking try to turn me in. When he's talking about mental illness, okay? When he's talking about mental illness, Gabe, he's talking about himself. He's talking about himself. He is punishing himself through you. He's trying to prove to the world that he's not the crazy fuck who lives like an animal, okay, in a hoarded out house with nothing fucking finished and completed. Okay, he needs to put his fucking mental illness on you. That's what's going on here. That's exactly what's going on here. This guy's standing in your place lecturing you, and this is how he lives? Let me back this up. I'll turn the camera around so everybody can see what I'm talking about here. All right. All right, let's go.
Neatness. So you take a look.
Look at this. Look at this.
This is his doing.
Look at this. And he's lecturing this kid. Are you fucking kidding me?
Right there. Paint can opened is
In the kitchen. Open paint cans. Spackle over the wall. Shit all through the living
turns
room.
around and tells me I don't understand neatness. Look at this.
Look at the floor. Look at this.
What that spot is, it's where I cleaned it, the carpet.
Projection. Projection. All of it. Projection. He's projecting his own mental illness onto you. Period. Period.
He's telling me I bleached a spot in the carpet.
Open
It's a clean
garbage.
spot. That looks bleached, you fucking filthy animal.
Exactly.
Person upset.
I know.
Okay? And the other thing is, you could have done it the other way and it would have just worked. And it would have been better. You would have told me because it's the moral thing to do.
Wait a minute. What?
Huh? You know what morality means? You don't know what turbulence means. You don't know what assertiveness means. You don't know what progressiveness means. Now we have to work through.
Okay. I do know what the word means. I'm just not sure how you're using it.
Jack, you could have talked to me first. It would have been the right thing to do. And you haven't done this yet, okay? So it's all talk. You did. Why explain to me why Zach and Abby needed to hear first about it?
Well, let's flip it over. Why is that so upsetting to you?
Because I'm kept in the dark. I've said that 10 times.
Because it's his life, and you seem to think that his brother and sister have authority to make decisions over his life. Asshole. You too, asshole. Why? Because you have money to give away? Fuck you. See, the answer here, Gabe, is to tell him to take his trust, to take his money, and to fucking go wipe his ass with it.
Okay. If I had gone to Zach and Abby and they said, no, hell no, we're not in agreement and will not serve as executors, I'd have no way to execute this thing.
Roll up in your face. What do you mean?
Tell me this is what we're going to do when I can't do it. That's why I thought you first.
Wait a minute.
Really simple. Really simple.
Blown up in your face? No. You just would know. What do you mean blow up and listen to me? It just wouldn't have happened. If that's not blowing up in your face.
Yeah, but I would have...
Yeah, meaning it'll blow up. I won't get my way. My diabolical plan won't work. So this is how fucking entitled this psychopath is. Who's the one with the mental illness? He's standing in the middle of your house, okay, telling you about how you living like this, telling you, well, I couldn't tell you, otherwise it wouldn't have worked. Really? And I'm the one with the mental illness? Really? You fucking sociopath.
I already talked to you about it, and you would
Yeah.
have said, and then it would have blown up. So why would I do that?
Well, because if they had said yes, it would have been happening. If they had said no, then I would know something about you that I didn't. And that's pretty important to know.
What is it that you need to know about me?
That you would think to set up a trust. You don't think it would be... Imagine your mom setting up a trust for you in their minds and going around to your brothers and sisters in secret, talking about you behind your back. You don't think that would be significant to you?
Oh, I'm sure it would be.
Yeah, but you're not me.
Them,
But you're not me. Rules don't apply to you. Different rules for different people.
your mom setting up a trust in her mind and not talking to any of your brothers and sisters, is that somehow insignificant to you now? All of a sudden, it might be less significant, but is it?
Yeah, I'm not following.
It is perfect.
Now he's not. See, now he wants to play dumb. Now he wants to fucking play dumb and accuse you of having a goddamn mental illness. I mean, it's just so fucking typical.
Listen to me. You wouldn't care if your mom thought about setting up a trust for you?
I would.
Okay. That's why it would be important for me to know, even if the trust didn't go through.
Okay, well, at this point, everything I've told you is true. It's all possible.
No, it's not
and
true.
it all depends on you.
You can smile all you want, but you've lied.
I've lied about what?
So much.
Okay. I haven't lied to you, Gabe, but I can tell that you're
Yes,
upset.
you have. When you said that you, with your personality type this morning, I didn't get one. It didn't give me one.
Well, I didn't see it.
You didn't have to scroll down to take that
No,
photo.
I had to answer a couple of questions first. Scrolling down did nothing.
What?
Yeah.
You took the screenshot after you rolled down. Rolled down. You look at the frame on the window on the computer. The thing is not at the top of the.
Oh, he took some kind of personality disorder test and didn't like the results. And that's why he's coming over, like I told you. Like I told you a little while ago. He is projecting his own mental illness onto you. Why is he doing this right now? You got it right. Because there was something in that test he didn't like about himself that now he needs to project onto you.
You rolled down to get there.
Yeah.
The computer didn't roll the window down for you and then take the picture for you. You did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it only gave me those letters that were not the letters you were looking for. And the letters you were looking for, I could not see until I said...
It didn't
no,
only
no,
give you
no.
them. It didn't only give you them. That's a lie.
No, it did.
No,
only
it-
give me those.
No, guess
and
what?
I had to answer the questions on the
You
Google.
are. That's a lie.
No, it's not, Gabe.
Yes, it is. Look at your computer history. Just click that window, click that link or whatever, click that point in your history, and look at that computer screen and tell me that 4 letters are not there. E, S, F,
They were
J.
not there.
They were.
No, they weren't.
You're not perfect. They were. Now,
Okay. Well, you know what? Doesn't matter.
it wasn't a glitch in
It
the
doesn't
matrix.
matter. Yeah, it
All of a
matters.
sudden, it's a glitch in the matrix.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
there
There you go. There you go. He's the crazy one. He's the one with the mental illness. He's the one with the mental illness. And you've been gaslighted your whole life into probably some rage incidents because of the gaslighting.
Better result.
Okay, I'll say it one more time.
Yeah.
But you got to listen. Okay. I took the test and then it stopped me and it said, "Give us your email so that we can give you your email."
Is there anything else? I'm going to ask again.
Do you want to pay us for this? And I had to say no. And then it gave me the result.
It gave you the bottom half of the screen only, right?
It gave me what I really haven't even read what else all it gave me. I just
Sure you
got
didn't.
through that dialogue.
Sure you
and I
didn't.
saw those letters that you were talking about. And that's when I said, okay, now I see them.
That's
I haven't gone
different.
Beyond that.
That's different. Now your story's changed. That's different from saying it didn't give me the information.
It did.
You're saying I didn't look. You just said I didn't
He's
even look.
changed his
You just
story
said I
3
didn't even really
times.
look. I just saw some semblance of what we were talking about earlier and took that photo.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine having to defend your sanity against this motherfucker? Could you imagine stand there, change his story 3 times, you keep checking it, you keep catching him, it don't matter, it don't matter, it don't matter.
All right.
Is there? I'm going to ask you one more time. Is there anything else? Are you planning on anything else vis-a-vis me in my life, in my future? That Zach and Abby are privy to that I'm not.
Not that I know of. Like what? For
Not that you know of. I don't.
planning anything for your...
Huh? Why is it so hard for you to explain? Just to answer? Because you see, that's why you go behind people's backs and do this kind of shit all the time. No. Why is it so hard for you to answer this? It should be easy. No.
Because you're so paranoid.
What do you mean paranoid?
Paranoid?
What do you mean paranoid?
Paranoid?
Listen to me.
Oh my God! I'm sorry. That noise is terrible. But paranoid.
Man, everyone's like you, nobody's like me, I'm all alone in the world, yada yada, okay? The same old, same old. I don't have any reason to be paranoid. You haven't been going around my back for 3 months talking with Zach and Abby about a trust. Why would I think that? That would be crazy to do. I mean, who would think that about their father? Really?
Yeah, you got nothing to say now, right?
It doesn't impress me at all, because you know why I've done it.
That doesn't
I don't know how
impress
much
me.
easier it would be
That means, yeah, good point. You got me. Yeah, good point.
for me to just drop over dead and let you guys fight over the pieces, and then have the state come in here and suck it all up and say, thank you very much,
Who
Gabe.
would think that? That would be crazy.
He's the crazy one. Why would the state come in? He needs to control everything. You and your brother, your sister, he needs to control it all. He's the one with the mental illness.
Paranoid.
Think
Huh?
what, Gabe? Think what?
Oh, I just said it. You don't have a 5-10 second memory?
No, I
That's pretty
don't.
sad.
No, I don't.
That's pretty sad. Who would think that their father would go around behind their back and talk with their siblings about a will and a trust fund for 3 months without telling them about it? Who would think that? That'd be a paranoid thing to think. Wouldn't it? Would it be an accurate thing to think?
I'm waiting for you to answer all these questions.
You know the answer, motherfucker.
Okay.
So, your question. I don't have anything specific in mind about what you could have talked to Abby and Zach about that pertains to me. And more to me than to them. That's more my business than theirs.
It's their business.
It's their business, but it's more my business than theirs. It's a very tricky little sneaky trick your mind's playing right now.
Okay.
You're being very naughty and sneaky with your thoughts and language, like usual, okay? Very naughty, bad. Bad, bad, bad.
You're getting agitated and you're not thinking clearly, so.
Fuck off. I'm not thinking clear. Fuck off, boomer. And I could tell he's a boomer. Another one. Another entitled fucking boomer trying to tell everybody what to do with their money and to project their mental illness onto one of their children. Fuck off, boomer.
About it. Anyways, you know what? I would love it. I would love it if you would get your book published and be independently wealthy and happy and out in the world doing whatever. Although being out in the world right now is fucking scary. I would love to see you do that.
You're just gonna leave?
And but the world is scary, and then with pandemic talk, so it's like he wants you to be scared, he wants you to be paranoid, and then accuses you of being fucking paranoid as he's going behind your back trying to get some kind of state-run trust or some bullshit going. But you're the one with the mental illness, okay?
You're done. Bye.
What can we talk about?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you're leaving. See you later.
You want to talk? I'd love to.
Well, I guess I don't sound like I want to talk right now.
You don't sound like you want to talk.
You sound like you are sick of hearing it. That's a difference. That's definitely your responsibility to stay or come and go as you please, but
Okay, well,
it's not.
I would love to have some better news to bring you, but I don't.
You love to stir shit to make yourself feel better about. You're internally out of control, so you try to control the exterior. That's the basic model. You feel out of control internally, and so to cope with it, you go external and try to control
Well, whatever.
things out there.
Or he's just projecting his mental illness.
I'm waiting for you to answer the question you said. I can't do that. Is there anything else that pertains to me, more than them, about my future, that you've told them and not me?
No, Gabe, I can't talk. I don't predict the future.
No, you have told them about the trust, huh?
Yeah.
Have you told them about anything else pertaining me that affects my future?
Not that I know of.
Why was that so hard?
Well, that's what I said the first time, and it wasn't enough for you.
Not that I know of. I let it slide. It still bugs me.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Because, for what reason, I don't understand. But.
Hey, just ask me a question you really want to know the answer to. Do it.
I don't have any of those.
You really, you really don't have any questions that you really want to know the answer to.
Right, I don't.
Really. That's kind of sad.
No, that's where I'm at right now.
Okay, I get it. Heard you.
Okay.
What you have done has damaged our relationship here. And to articulate this just a little bit further, it centers around not just the bank's trust, but our trust. And you can see why.
Sure. And I know it hurts, and I know it makes you angry, and trust me, I don't want to, this is not something I look forward to or do with any pleasure whatsoever.
Guess what? I got something to tell you right now. In the future, I'm not going to be around for Christmas, for Thanksgiving, for Easter, anything like that. Ever. Again.
Okay.
I'm not going to deal with their smirks. I'm not going to deal with your smirks. I'm not going to deal with letters that you write, that you leave out, that are full of lies about me, that you then later deny having written or having any knowledge about whatsoever. There have been a series of holidays recently at your new house where events have occurred that would make any person sick. Now, I'm not going to have to try to undo a poisoning of the well that you have committed between me and Abby and Zach. I am done trying to mend bridges that you break. I am speaking in the present, having a past I have to reflect back on that includes you talking about me behind my back for years, and now this.
Gabe, get some help. Gabe, get it fixed. Do
Jack,
whatever's necessary. But
you get it fixed.
I just laid all that up, what I just said. That's
all right.
Paranoia is in your
Yeah.
What?
Your father is using his narcissistic abuse. You calling out. That's what he's doing, is you're calling out his gaslighting and his abuse, and he's trying to say you're mentally ill, and he's going to cut you out of the will or put some kind of trust on you. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. Next up, she's like, you can go. You're dismissed.
Evil scheming going on is in your head.
Who said scheming?
And really and truly, if you think about it, you should be able to conclude that if I said shit about you that wasn't true, everyone would just go, that guy is fucked up, and shrug it off. And who would care?
Got...
If you really are well, then who would fucking care? Who?
What kind of rationale? If you really are well, who would care that I'm trashing you? What? What kind of fucking ration? And he's accusing you of having a mental illness?
Me!
Okay.
Duh! Why was that even a question? I was erased just now. You didn't even think to say. Well, if you were well, you might be upset that I went behind your back for years and denied it. You denied it.
Yeah, you know what? First of all, your questions are so fucking complicated, but I'll have to confess.
What are you talking about? There's not been a question I've asked.
They're always complicated. It's always complicated to the narc when you're touching on the truth. When you're holding a mirror up to their face, then it's complicated.
For 5 minutes, practically.
Okay. You know what, Gabe? When you get told things about you that are true, when you're told the reasoning, you don't accept it.
He's talking about himself. He's literally sitting here talking about himself.
Change track. I
I tell you about what I'm doing in my will for your trust. And it isn't about the fact that I'm trying to protect you. It's about the fact that I talked to Zach and Abby first. That's what's most important.
How do you know what's most important? All you know is that...
You told me.
All you know is that Zach and Abby, when it's convenient, you purport to have a memory that stretches a normal amount of distance back. But when it doesn't suit your needs or is convenient for you, all of a sudden you have no memory. You have literally not a 5-second memory. This isn't problematic for you? It doesn't make you think twice?
No, it does, but it's age. It's what happens.
It's what's always been happening.
Convenient.
We've had arguments for years where this character's been displayed.
I don't think so, and I think
Absolutely.
Again, it's hard to do.
Listen, the main problem, if this didn't happen, if this hadn't happened, so much would be different.
What?
For the better.
What's this? What are you talking about?
You went behind my back for years.
Okay, again.
Listen, and said things about me. I confront you. Listen. I confront you about it, and you deny it. That's a lie.
Okay.
That happened. You maintained that lie for years. Years.
Okay. You know what? I should have started from the beginning publishing my shit to you up front and saying, you may not like this, but this is what I see in you.
You should have said, I'm going to talk to Zach and Abby
You know what?
about it.
I've told you 4 years now.
Instead, you went back.
All the way back to the beach house. Remember, I basically got them to say, yeah, no, we're no longer going to hide from you in hopes that things will blow over. We're going to be honest about this.
I was the one that confronted you guys. Don't turn it
You're
around
right.
like you're the
You're
one
right. You did
being
it.
up front.
You're right.
Secondly, I am privy to the fact that you had to work for years behind my back to convince them I was mentally ill.
You think that?
You said it.
You think that?
You said it.
I said it?
Were you lying? Yes.
I'm not. You're not. You're not.
Huh?
You're very confusing right now.
You wrote a letter and I found it where you said that.
Where I said what?
Huh? What did you say? There it is. Oh, I never pretend like I don't have a short memory when it's not convenient.
You are very unclear.
Right. I don't speak well. I don't think well. You said it. You wrote a letter where you said you had to argue, you had to convince my immediate family that I was mentally ill for years. You were proud of the work that you put in to convince them I was mentally ill. And you bragged about it in a letter. I read that letter.
Okay.
I took a photograph of that letter.
Good.
I have it.
Good? Yeah, good.
If I blow up in a nuclear accident today, I'd still have it. It's
Dave, I'm not threatened by that at all. You know what? And you will not ever understand.
Should have told me I was going to go to Zach and Abby and tell them that you were mentally ill. Instead, you did it in secret and then lied about it for years.
Yeah, I'm thinking that there's some truth to what you're saying.
There is
There's some truth. Yeah.
You want to
What a piece of shit. Your father's a piece of shit.
Huh? You want to deny that you wrote another letter?
No, I won't deny it, but I will tell you that.
You want to deny you said what I said you said? Did I misrepresent what happened?
I think so, by a whole lot.
Oh, I'm sorry for you. That's sad.
Hey, you know what? You should be taking this stuff back to counselors and talking with them. And you should be getting some help. You can't be in you're how old?
Because I'm not thinking
How old
clearly.
are you?
Because that didn't happen.
How old are you?
Because that didn't happen.
You're more
That didn't
gaslighting.
happen. No, none of that happened. That was all paranoid delusion on my part.
You're too old to be doing this.
Doing-
You're too old to be going.
Now you're too old for this. That was a long time ago.
Back over what happened when you were young. And
You
how I
went
mistreated-
behind my back for years and lied about it. You shouldn't have done that. That's bad, naughty.
Okay, fine. You should have gotten better by now. You need help.
Wow.
You
Should've
keep
gotten-
saying, you keep saying, oh, he's so paranoid. Oh, he's so paranoid. Nobody accused you of doing that you didn't do.
A lot.
What? Go ahead.
You're still arguing about it.
Huh?
How can you be saying that I
Ooh.
should never-
Yeah, you never wrote a letter.
Wait, he just put it out. What if I accused you, if I'm paranoid, what if I accused you of doing that you didn't do? He's got no answer.
Where you bragged about. Where you bragged.
I lied. I've written letters. I'm sorry.
No, it's about you writing
I've
letters,
written
period.
letters. It's
No,
true.
okay,
It's
okay.
true. I've written letters.
It's a little too
Wow.
intense for you. You need to turn
Wow.
it down to about a 5-year-old level. When you say,
Wow.
how old are you, you're actually hypnotically training yourself to go into a younger mentality. You can't handle being a 64-year-old doing the things you've done, being confronted
Fucking
by
boomer.
someone
I'm
who's...
65, and
Yeah.
Boomer.
again,
Fuck
I would
off,
really
boomer.
Like it. My life would be so much better if you were well and you were taking care of yourself.
You know what? And how much better would his life be if he had a normal fucking father that wasn't a goddamn stark raving sociopath who needs to put his own mental illness onto his children?
And doing what men your age normally do, you'd be so much better.
I will achieve more in my life, in my field, than 99.99% do. You'll see it. I bet.
Yeah.
There is...
Okay, I'll give you all the help you need to get help.
Listen,
But if you won't get help and you're just going to be in this pattern,
what happens if I don't go see mental health professional after you die? What happens to my trust? What happens with that? The way you've got it set up. You're smirking.
I'm not smirking, Gabe. I'm trying to understand what your question is.
Huh? It's a simple one. I said,
That's
what
a simple
happens if
one.
I don't go see a mental health professional? What's your IQ?
I really don't know.
You went and saw a doctor. They told you. You said it. You said that happened. You said, I got my IQ tested.
I told you that I got my IQ tested years ago by a guy who was learning how to.
What was it?
And I never heard.
You gonna tell me
Because
you
my
can't
mother would
understand what
never
I'm
tell
saying to
me.
you? It's bullshit.
No, my mother would never tell me.
My mother would? Oh my lord, this guy.
That's.
You're gonna say you can't
Oh
understand.
my God.
What has that got to do with this topic?
Here's what it has to do with it. You're begging off to not understanding simple sentences.
Okay, well, the sentences you use are not simple, and you.
What? Okay, this is a complex sentence. What happens if, so far, so good, I don't see a mental health professional after you die? To my trust.
Third time. Tough one. That's a tough question,
Trust is
huh?
there, and no money gets pulled out of it because I can't pull money out of it. That's what you're saying. That's the nothing.
No, that's not true either.
Okay, what?
Once the trust gets implemented, it's essentially money that sits there that Zach and Abby get to oversee.
Oh, he has to go to his brother and
Oh my
sister.
God, my stomach. You're going to have an embattled family control a part of an embattled
What a
family.
sack of shit.
Another part of the family. That sounds like a good idea to you?
Okay, it won't be in battle.
We're in battle. Oh, guess what? We're in battle. I'm not going to kiss their fucking rings because I have a trust being held by them. Oh, okay. So we're going to be in battle. You think it's a good idea to have one...
No, I think it's a great idea.
You don't have... It's not just them or the state.
Oh yeah? What is it?
There's other people in the world. You haven't thought about this. See, you like the triangulation. This reifies your whole hypothesis. You've convinced them for years. You worked to convince them that I was mentally ill, as you write and say yourself in black and white.
So I would really like to see you get well.
No, wait.
What's wrong with that? What's
Well,
bad about that, Gabe?
The main premise initially is that I'm not. That's one thing. But listen, no
Okay,
one
so
thinking
you
right.
think
You got this little
it's
Game of
normal.
Thrones. This is all drama to you. This is all pleasure to you. I know you get up on this. Yeah. You're
Yeah,
gonna
it
have
is.
Zach and Abby. Zach and Abby and I, and we've all been getting along swimmingly, right? For years. Before, say, just 2016, when 2017, confronted you guys about the truth. About what was being said and done.
Yeah.
And what had been said and done.
All right, so I'm thinking I'm done here.
Oh, well,
I bet you are. I bet you are.
It isn't, they did not say yes immediately because they realized what a
it looks
bitch
bad.
this is going to be.
It looks bad. You wait. Oh, so you're gonna do it for sure? Is that what you're saying? It's gonna happen?
Unless you get better, yes.
So they're gonna control my trust.
Yes.
So it's up to them whether or not I get anything. My little brother and sister, who I've always loved and gotten along with, they're gonna control my trust. That's what you came here to say. In part, large part, right? Yeah, that's very simple to see now. Surprise! He's here after an argument with some news. Now, yeah, no, I don't know. I haven't, I can't remember this morning. I kind of just, woke up.
I didn't have an argument with you this morning, Dave.
Right. So, I didn't, right. Zach and Abby, right? They're the ones. Why? Why?
Yeah.
Why
Who
not?
else-
Why
Who else
not?
would do this for you?
For me, control my money or whatever it might be, if there's anything at all. If there's anything at
If
all.
it's a good point. If there's anything at all. And based on the way your father's living, I'd wonder how much is actually there.
Yeah, you will end up getting a third of
Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? This is all hypothetical. Right now, we're staring at each other through 8 feet of space. And that's what's happening. And that's what there is. There's no trust.
I'm not sure.
Let that
what
sink
you're
in.
You're not clear at all
There's no trust
today. Yeah, there is.
right now.
You're talking about relationship trust, or you're talking about the financial trust? Which one?
We're talking about the trust.
Yeah, which one?
Are you confused?
I'm asking you a question. That's not confusing, is it?
I'm talking about the legal trust.
Okay, you're talking about the financial trust then. Okay. It does not exist, Gabe.
Okay, so
It has to be.
what did you say? I want to know what you said to him.
It has to be on the end.
Well, okay, I know a lot of things have to happen yet. I know the trust hasn't happened. What did you say to him? Zach and Abby, what did you say?
I said, in the event that I get this will written, I talked to a lawyer, and it appears the only way I can protect assets, what do you call it? If you go on disability, the state takes over everything. And the only way I can protect the assets.
If you go, that's disability.
To be managed in there's a special name for it, some kind of a trust, and it needs people to take care of it because there's not going to be enough money for anyone. Banks will do it, but you got to have $1 million in trust, and we don't have anywhere near that. And so,
Oh, gee. And it's like, so he wants to control your life, okay, for a trust that, what's a third? Like, for what? A couple $100,000? Like, is this even worth it? Is this even worth as what I'm trying to tell everybody about trust and wills and control? Is it even worth it? Is it even, he's assuming you're going to be on disability and all these other things. Walk away. Be done with it. Be done with it.
would you be willing to do it?
What did I say? Who did you speak to first?
I don't remember.
You really? You don't remember this?
No,
You don't remember this?
no, I don't. Why does it matter who I spoke to first?
I want you to paint the picture. Who did you talk to first? What did they say? Maybe they said, oh, have you talked to so-and-so first? Did they say that? Yeah, it's kind of fuzzy.
Not exactly yesterday, and
Yeah.
basically what both of them said,
Wow.
they wanted to think on it.
Yeah.
And then I talked to them about it, and they said, okay. Well,
How much time? How much later?
Month, 2 months?
Yeah. And then who did you talk to first at that point?
Don't remember.
And what did they say?
They said that they talked to each other about it, and they'd be willing to do it, although they didn't like the idea. So,
Why didn't they like the idea?
because you are not well, and you are argumentative, and it's not, and they realized it would not be an easy thing to accept.
Gee, well, who would it
Not that it
really?
would be inappropriate.
No.
Not that you
No,
should
I-
really talk to me about it.
No, I explained to them why it is appropriate. And the only way this is going forward anyway is the assumption that you don't get better. And if you really are going to be, doing whatever it is that you think.
Who decides? And he gets to decide whether you're better or not, right?
You won't need care. You won't need
So that the
disability.
trust will be in place.
Mhm. Actually, that won't happen if you do it before I'm dead.
So the trust gets created at the moment of death, not before?
Right.
You sure about
It
that?
gets created if, in a will, that doesn't get implemented until I die.
See,
So until I die, I control my assets up to the last damn day. And if I want, I can rip a will up the day I die. and
did they
say,
talk about conditions of the trust?
No, we haven't gotten that far. The conditions would be you're on disability.
Wait a minute. So I'm on disability, but what if all of a sudden I'm not on disability? What if I get doctors to say, oh, he's fine? Because I am fine.
If I'm alive, I'll rip the will.
No. There won't be a
Yeah,
trust
yeah,
to
yeah.
worry about. You'll.
Did you hear what I said?
No, listen. The trust won't.
If
We're
I-
talking about a trust existing and being in place.
So I'm dead already.
You're dead.
Okay.
Okay. Waiting.
I don't know. I'll have to ask my lawyer.
You haven't even. Thought about it.
No.
You haven't thought about the conditions of this trust?
I've explained the conditions of the trust. that
No. The conditions of the trust you've explained, but yet.
Yeah, I can't tell you what I don't know.
So all you've explained is that I was mentally ill. And that's the trust. That's the trust.
If you are ill and go on disability.
Guess what happens? What happens if I get doctors to say I'm not disabled? Because I'm not. And there's a trust. And Zach and Abby have the keys. Intelligent, educated, sensitive, straightforward, loyal, kind. Abby. Straightforward, intelligent, kind, educated. Zach. Have the keys. What happens?
They have to agree to whatever.
What do you mean? They have to agree to whatever? That doesn't mean anything.
Well, I mean, basically the trust is being held because you're sick.
No.
And under disability.
No. Guess what? No. We're not.
You can't keep interrupting.
We're talking about if I get doctors to say I'm not disabled because I'm not. After the trust is in place. What then? That's the question.
The real issue is disability and whether you're on it or not, because it's really all about the state taking your assets from you.
You're still not answering. What happens if...
I don't know. I told you already. I don't know. I'll have to talk to my lawyer about that.
No, you haven't yet answered
Yes.
until just now.
I
You just
told
answered
you.
that. No, I had to fucking do backflips again for 5 minutes
No, you don't listen.
to get you to answer. No, you said you didn't understand my question until just now. How could you have answered it?
Okay. So,
Huh?
any other questions you got?
Yeah. When's the last time you talked with him about it?
Before Christmas. Been at least November. I don't know. I'm not writing this down on a calendar or anything.
Ballpark probably would be...
If you never
Okay.
get out of this house again, there isn't any doubt about what happens. You'll have to
You're
go on
changing track.
disability.
You're changing track.
No, I'm talking to you.
Okay, I hear you. I'm talking about you talking about me.
Prove it's wrong. You know,
Prove
do
what's
whatever
wrong?
it is you said you were going to do.
I have gone to how many doctors? Doctors, MDs, 8 years medical school that have said I'm fine. How many?
Well, if you're fine, then why aren't you working?
Guess
If you're fine, why?
Wow. So he's been the doctors, and the doctors are not dying, and the father is in. He's the one with the mental illness. Because you're not working? Well, right now, 33 million people aren't working.
That you talk in these strange ways.
Talk
If you're
in
fine,
strange-
how can you possibly fucking stay
strange ways.
in a whip?
Strange ways. Talk to me in these strange ways that expose me of being the piece of shit that I am. You're crazy. That's like fucking, that's communistic tactics, man.
room downstairs for months without seeing people. How can you do that? That's not normal. I don't give a shit what any MD
So you're not.
tells you.
So you're not.
I don't give a shit. There you go. There you have it. That's not normal. I don't care what any MD says. Really. I know better than the doctors.
Get a fucking job. You want to prove me wrong? Go out and become the happy person you're supposed to be.
I'm happy.
Really?
Yeah.
Seems to me you're happy because you're talking to me about shit that just is really not showing you're happy. don't
I'm
think people
generally
are
happy
happy
in life.
kids.
I'm generally happy in life.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who's going to be providing you groceries. I don't know who's going to put a roof over your house. I don't see you making any progress to get
Here's the threats.
We're in a motherfucking pandemic. Okay.
Yeah, that's a great
But
excuse for the last
you-
month. But
what-
what happened before that?
You're not.
That's a great fucking excuse for a month. What was before that? In fact, this is the month that I was going to throw your ass out.
I was
The only
just
time
about
not.
to.
It's because we are in the middle of a pandemic. And because I care for you.
There's the strong arm.
I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with you for the next 6 months. I hope to God I'm
You
living.
care for me so much that you would go behind my back for years and talk shit
Going
about
behind
me.
your back
Yeah.
is taking care of you. That's what it is.
And lying about it.
I'm not lying, Gabe.
You did lie about it.
No, Gabe.
Yes, you did.
I didn't lie about it.
Yes,
Oh,
you
you mean
did.
I talking to you honestly about it?
Yeah.
No, I didn't do that.
That's
You're right.
You lied to me.
There's a difference here.
I'll listen to you. It's,
And the
the
difference-
truth is in your voice.
Okay.
Everyone
Never
can
mind.
hear it.
Yeah, never mind. You want to prove me wrong? Get a fucking job. You want to prove me wrong?
It's not about you. It's about the trust. It's about Zach and Abby now.
No. Actually,
Oh.
It's about getting better.
No. You're dead. Guess what? You're dead. Zach and Abby.
You don't have to have this done for you, to you. You can fix this. You.
I've got to fix the thing. The problem. Fix it. It's all me. Narcissists don't do that. Narcissists don't appear out of nowhere after an argument and just say, here's a problem, you got to fix it.
Okay, if you're well, if you're normal, well then I'm out of my mind and you're going to disappear in just a month or two, right?
Maybe.
Right?
Could happen.
Well, when that happens, there won't be any will. You won't have to worry about it. I'll
Possible.
die, you'll get your share, go on your merry fucking way.
I am well and I've disappeared. That's the equation. If I'm well, then I've disappeared.
No.
I'm only present in your world in the future.
No.
I'm only around if I'm sick.
Okay, let me go through this again. You being sick is a burden I've borne. It's not something I like to see. You walking away from this family is the biggest fucking mistake you'll ever make.
Right.
You
But
want-
I can't stop you. You're an adult, so act like one.
I can physically stop you from walking up into my face.
You're right. But at the end of the day, if you're not mentally ill, if you're well, then you should be able to hold a job. You should be able to interact with people and not go fucking nuts. You should be able to put a roof over your head and food in your own mouth and not live here.
Yeah, I should. I agree.
And so I think I'm trying, I have always tried to say, I don't think you're well. I don't think you're able to stand up on your own, and I would like to take care of you. I would like to see you go into a hospital. I'd like to see you get diagnosed and go on a drug program or whatever the
Hospital.
fuck it is they do these days to help people like you because I think you're smarter than shit, and I think you're this close to being fully functional and on your own. I really do. I think we missed it in Mississippi by just this much.
You
But it
went,
could
you went,
happen.
you went down there. You left me when you dropped me off down there initially. You wouldn't help me put together a cabinet. Do you know that? I asked you to
You know, the other thing is you got a mind worm.
mind worm.
Yeah. You have a terrible habit of taking things that happened and twisting them around, and then
You're the
justifying
one
the
that's
twist in your
dishonest.
own head with some kind of a fucking wild ass theory that is not. I don't know why in God's name you would think that I would drive that fucking far and then not help you. In fact, I went and bought every fucking piece of furniture there was.
You refused to help me put this thing together, and it was
Well, I don't think-
you were smirking the whole way through because it was just before I had to go get started. You poisoned the well right before I'm not
yeah.
blaming. And
You're right, David.
listen, I walked away from the department. Okay, they didn't get rid of me. I got rid of them. Okay, I quit. I quit. When a woman falsely accuses me of sexual harassment and assault, I get acquitted in a kangaroo court of half of it. A kangaroo court in this climate, right now, on campus. The most hostile to white men and the truth situation you could think of it on this side of the pond in America. It's not a legal thing that they did at all. They got mad at me because they said I sounded like a lawyer. They held that against me. You sound like a lawyer. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm being falsely accused of some
I
bullshit.
don't blame you, Gabe.
And I sound like a... So, listen, I walked away from them. I quit. That's on my shoulders. I did that. I don't blame you for that.
Good.
Finally, I did it. But that's not...
Okay, so having to assemble something, I don't know what the hell you were talking about,
Yes?
but that's what poisoned the well?
You know
Really?
what?
Really?
No, listen. You're going to twist this now. You're going to go home to Gail and you're going to say, oh, right before I left, you wouldn't believe it. He blames me for getting kicked out of school. He says that it was all just because, you're going to write a letter to Abby, I wouldn't put together this thing with him. No. It's not what I'm saying.
Okay, what are you saying?
You're going to twist what I say and write a letter about it? You got the mind worm.
Okay, you don't remember me driving that fucking 2-day drive to go get you every goddamn time?
What?
You drove back with me.
You
remember how long it was.
You
I
think
didn't do that on a whim. I did that because I loved you, because I was concerned about you.
it's a demonstration of a lack of faith.
What?
A demonstration of a lack of faith. Was that too much?
That's what I was doing, demonstrating a lack of faith.
It was a demonstration of a lack of faith that you came down 4 or 5 times.
Yep.
You don't think that registered?
Yep.
You don't think I knew already that you were just going around behind my back?
Waiting for you to
wouldn't
fuck
be
up.
upfront about this stuff.
Okay.
And today you still wouldn't. You know, it's not the whole, I'm not trying to, just before you leave, put the big picture together because you've literally
Okay.
just made such a huge mess that I am strained to do so. But
Okay. So, anyways, doesn't matter. All that previous stuff, we'll just wash that away. I've given you the information I need to give you.
I bet.
I would love to see.
I bet there's
I would love.
there's nothing that you're keeping back still. Right? No, I need to know.
And that's where it ends. I feel really bad for you, Gabe. Look, I don't know what kind of other issues you're having, but if you've been to doctors and they're telling you there's nothing wrong with you, okay, and you haven't really been able to hold a job after going through a fucking Title IX kangaroo court in Mississippi a couple of years ago, yeah, that'll traumatize a motherfucker. And the fact that you won it, that's when I read it in your comments, the fact that you won it, like, I don't know how you pulled that off. Because you're exactly right. It ain't meant for straight white males to win in Title IX, but somehow you got off without being a sexual assault or just a sexual harass or whatever the fuck that is. Your father is garbage. Your father is garbage. You must have caught him in 20 different lies and mischaracterizations on this audio. Provable lies in this audio. And every time you catch him in one, he wants to move on, change the goalpost, go back, gaslight. Oh, I'm just about to throw you out. Fuck you. You got to figure out a way to get him out of your life. Because if you don't, he is going to continue to project his own mental illness onto you. And that is exactly what has been going on with this guy your entire life. So, I hope that helps. Thank you so much for your contribution and your story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to the other people who kicked in the sponsor. I appreciate that as well. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comments section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to have a private video made, or you'd just like to make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you guys. Without you, all of this goes away, and believe me, one day YouTube and Google are going to make that happen. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to follow me on the Library Backup app as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.